Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of He Said, She Said.
He
We
said, she
are the
said.
Williamsons, and I
We are
am Anthony Williamson,
And I am
and she is.
Kimberly Williamson, also known as K to the D.
That is correct. That is correct.
Woo!
What's going
Happy
on, everybody?
Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy
Happy
Sunday.
cold and rainy Sunday.
It is. It's fall.
The Colts lost. Shame.
You were right. We were actually talking about weather. And
Yeah.
right into the Colts.
And it's dreary. It all goes together. So
Right.
yeah. So
But anyway.
yeah. We're blessed. We're blessed. So
Yes. Okay, it's a little cold and rainy.
Yes.
And the Colts lost.
And the Colts
we're still
lost.
blessed.
And we're
Okay,
still
we're
blessed.
super blessed.
Yes.
So, also today I'm wearing We Run Indy, which
Oh,
is
cool.
Black Indianapolis Indianapolis Black Girls Run.
Mhm.
BGR is in the house. And so I wore
Is that like a chapter or represents?
right.
Okay.
Well, BGR is national.
Okay.
And it can be national, and every location could have their own.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Indianapolis is blessed to have one. Actually, shout out to the person that brought it to Indianapolis. Her name is Sharon.
Cool.
And she sponsored it or something for it to be in Indianapolis.
Okay.
And then, but it says Run, Walk, Grow, and we
Yes.
run Indy. And the reason I'm wearing it today is on the weekend on Saturday there was the Monumental race.
Oh, okay.
Here in
Okay.
Indianapolis. I saw first of all 15,000 people.
Wow.
They were either doing
Wow.
5K, mini marathon, which is a half marathon, or a full marathon.
Mhm.
5K is probably less than 3.5 miles.
Okay.
A half marathon is 13.1, and that means a full is 26.2.
Oh wow.
And so 15,000 people were doing it. Several of our friends were doing half
Mhm.
and probably 5K, half, and full marathon. So it's a shout out to them. I didn't do any of those on Saturday, by the way. But I just wanted to shout out.
Great to represent.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
Okay.
what's
Cool.
shaking?
Nothing much other than this episode.
Okay.
We're gonna get into. We got a top 5 list.
That's right.
Which I'm really excited to hear about.
Yep.
Because I'm all about the candy.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and just get started on that with the
Okay.
top 5 list for best treats for Halloween
Ooh.
to give out at Halloween.
Hey, Jazzy Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, Janice.
Hey, Janice.
Oh my gosh, Janice! Shout out.
I bet you're all tanned up and cinnamon brown
Looks
and
like the trip was fabulous. But recently, that post you had about just your trip and your
Mhm.
testimony and all that was fabulous. So
fabulous.
So okay, so top 5. This is
Top 5.
Top 5. It is October 29th, so it means Halloween is literally a couple days away.
That is correct.
And so I thought you thought top
Mhm.
5 Halloween treats.
All right.
Halloween
All right.
candy. So I'm going to give you the top 5,
Mhm.
and then also there's a state specific that tells you what the top is for that state.
Oh wow. Okay, that's
Okay,
pretty
so
interesting.
Top 5, in general, per Google. Janice says last day of vacay. They are still on vacation. Shout out.
I want to
right.
be like them
That's
when
right.
I grow
You need to
up.
be like y'all.
Yeah.
Solid
Yeah.
week vacation. I know that is all that. And thanks again then for dialing in or tuning in, I guess,
Yeah.
on vacation. But okay, top 5 treats. Let's go. Here
Let's
we
go. Let's go.
Snickers.
That's my favorite.
Is it your favorite?
My favorite candy.
Okay. Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought you would say
Cold. I like those cold.
Okay. Candy corn.
I used to when I was a kid.
I have a story about candy.
Bite the little white part off first, off of
Really?
each one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you eat it. Yeah.
Does the white part taste different?
No, it was
Oh.
just bit the head off first, then you eat it.
Okay. So Snickers, Reese's peanut butter cups, candy corn, M&Ms.
Yes.
Okay. And Skittles.
Not a Skittle fan.
Okay. So Snickers, Reese's peanut butter cups, candy corn, M&Ms, Skittles. People shout out their favorite. Hey, Tamara.
Hey, Tamara.
And, she said Snickers.
Snickers.
Yes.
Okay, that's me. Snickers. Now, is that for Indiana
Right now,
or
that's just in general?
in
Per
general?
Google, that's some of the top 5 Halloween candy. period,
Overall, yep.
Across the board.
Okay.
And then there was an article that had state specific. What's your number 1?
Okay.
And the number one for Indiana is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh wow. Okay.
That is
I can
the
see
number
that.
one for Indiana.
I can see that.
Then in general, now again, this also brought up just some faves.
Okay.
Kit Kat.
Ooh, love Kit Kats.
Yeah, and Kit Kat is actually good cold.
Yeah.
They had Skittles also. They had M&Ms and they had Snickers. So the only
Okay.
difference was Kit Kat and candy corn. And
Okay.
for anyone that likes the payday, the candy that's the payday, of course, you take candy corn and peanuts. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's how you can make your own
Okay.
pay to the day.
Learn something new every day.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That's one that my friend Kim and Kim brought to me, Erica,
Okay.
and Shauna.
Okay.
So yes. Anyway, so top 5 Halloween treats. What ones are you guys' favorites, and what will you be having for the kiddos? We don't get kiddos in this in our neighborhood.
Which is sad.
There's more kids here now than, let's say, the previous couple of years.
Yeah.
So each year, we've been here just a few years.
Yeah.
Each year we get some just in case candy. Never.
We've been here since 2019
Never.
and not had one person knock at the door.
Even in 2020 with COVID, we still saw the kids dress up and they
Yeah.
just went to like the neighborhood across the street.
I was about to say what we found out was the neighborhood across the street. I guess they do it big at Halloween.
Clearly.
And so the parents take the kids across the street
Yeah.
over to that neighborhood. So I don't know. I guess we just don't do it.
Say la vie.
Say la vie.
Say la vie. Okay.
All right. Great
Okay.
list. Great
Yeah,
list.
Top 5.
High five. So go out and get some Snickers and all that good stuff.
Yes. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, you will make the people happy now, unless they don't do nuts. So
And
you do
unless they
I
don't
guess
do
maybe
nuts.
come to think, but that's why you need an M&Ms or a Skittles, because not some people literally can't do peanut butter or nuts. So
Yeah, allergic. So that's another thing people have to watch out for, you
Yeah.
know, what kids are capable
well,
of
just one
eating.
quick
and-
question before we pivot: are we
Mhm.
going to do our emergency candy? Just
We will buy one little bag
Okay.
and see what
You heard it
happens.
here first.
And
You heard
see
it
what
here
happens.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that. We'll do that.
And if not, we'll take it to Lovebug.
Okay. Okay.
On Sunday. Okay.
Any other news? Any Hollywood news?
I think we're gonna go right into.
We're gonna go right
I think
into
that
it?
gets into Hollywood news. Don't you
Okay.
think? You want me to kick it
Yeah.
off?
Well, Matthew Perry
Okay.
from Friends
Yes.
passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard about that. It happened yesterday, unfortunately, and he was like one of my favorites. I love that show, Friends,
Mhm.
and he was my favorite. He played Chandler Bing on Friends, and over the past few years, he struggled with alcoholism and
Mhm.
prescription drugs, and that was a struggle for him. But he was bouncing back from that. But unfortunately, he passed away. And they're saying it's an accident, but if you're interested, go online. You can find that story. So just condolences to his family.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
okay, moving right along, we're going to get into the topic of the day.
Shout out.
The topic of the day: the effort
Yes.
and intentions
Okay.
in a relationship.
Okay.
Okay, so this started off. That title was supposed to say in a marriage,
Mhm.
but I believe that will apply to just relationships in general.
That's right.
I was on Facebook and came across this story on Russell and Sierra. I think outside of Jada and Will, they probably get talked about the most next to them.
Yeah.
But there were comments being made on what Russell did for her birthday.
Okay.
So Russell basically rented out a Waffle House.
Okay.
So Sierra has made it clear that she likes the food at Waffle House and she
Okay.
loves going to Waffle House. So he surprised her by taking her to Waffle House and he rented out the whole restaurant
Okay.
and they had it to themselves, and she was allowed to eat whatever she wanted to. As you know,
Anything off the menu.
order anything on the menu. She's a big pancake fan. And as everybody knows, she's pregnant. So she was craving food. So he took her to Waffle House, and I thought that was a great thing.
Yeah.
And some people chimed in on that. And I guess their take is, he has all this money and, that was the best that he can do. Well, basically, what it was is that he paid attention to conversations that they have had in the past, and she's made it clear, I love Waffle House.
Right.
So by paying attention to what she's said in the past and things that she talked about, uh, that's what he surprised her with,
Yeah.
was Waffle House, and I thought that was pretty great. I think what people have to try and understand is this:
Mm-hmm.
their normal is high end.
Right.
So expensive stuff, doing things on the higher end. So a surprise would be to do something on the what we would call the lower end.
Right.
That would be surprising. That would be, oh, you thought of that type thing.
Right.
For us normal people, that's a normal thing for us. So how we look at it and how they look at it would be two different ways.
Yeah.
So what caught my attention on this was how people were chiming in saying that, he's got all this money, he could have did, better, blah, 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 blah. But to her, going to Waffle House
Mm-hmm.
and eating whatever she wants,
Right.
that was big to her.
Right.
So that's what the topic is
Okay.
for today.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on that?
So when I heard about it, it's funny, it was during the week
Mhm.
or whenever her birthday was, but I saw it on Instagram
Mhm.
and I mentioned something to you about it because I was like, oh my gosh, he rented out Waffle House.
Right.
And I thought it was so cool because if you guys want to check it out, like on Instagram under Sierra,
Mhm.
like you could tell she was genuinely geeked.
Excited.
I mean, like she was excited. So it was a surprise. You could tell they were probably out, wherever they thought they were going. They both are in kind of sweatsuits. Yes, I do think she had on a Gucci sweatshirt, but
Again, that's their norm.
Them, that's right. But sweats. I think she had on some Uggs.
Mhm.
Hair done, makeup, whatever. So she knew they were going somewhere, right? And so, like, she starts taping from when they're pulling up in the car, and it's like you could just hear the excitement.
Yeah.
And then once they're there and she's ordering and stuff, or just she literally said, "This is one of the most epic things you've ever done."
Wow.
And it's like, okay, dang. What I think and where we got kind of effort and intentionality out of this is like to really start breaking down, how much effort and intentionality did it take to do that? The other stuff,
Right.
I mean, if you guys follow them or not, they do Eiffel Tower. They do, I mean, come on, it's Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Yeah.
Finances isn't the issue.
Right.
So what you can come up with, you can do, private jet here and there, going to going probably to the Maldives or all these islands, all that kind of stuff, jewelry. I mean, I'm sure it's just plentiful, right? But we all know
Birkin bags. How many Birkin bags can you
right?
have?
We all know that that's not really what it's about, whether it's at their level or at our level. To be honest, it's not the materialism. It's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I think we all like when we get nice gifts from our person, even from our friends, from our family. It's nice, but that doesn't overshadow if things are bad otherwise, or you think your person doesn't listen to you, or you think your person doesn't get you, you think your person is any of those things. Just because you bought the person a Louis bag, or you took them to the Eiffel Tower, or you took them to the Waffle House, or you took them to wherever, that's not really going to make you stay in a marriage, stay in a relationship just for the gifts and stuff. And it might be a few people out there, but if so, probably not. Let's not highlight that part, right?
Correct.
So I was thinking about the effort and the intentionality of it all that it took for him to do that.
Mhm.
And then you could tell her actual excitement, appreciation, and that's what she really wanted. Like, she couldn't believe that's what he picked. That's the other thing that was kind of cool. Like, he probably normally does really big, grandiose things that probably sounded small, but how much work did it take? And I can even understand that it's his people, right? Like, he has people for that.
Right.
So, but still, those people had to get the Waffle House, get it rented out,
Yeah.
make sure everything was still on the menu available. He didn't know what she was going to order. So, I mean, it had to still be a fully functioning Waffle House with employees and everything. They need security. They need this. I mean, they need, probably NDAs and all things signed. That's a lot of work.
It's a whole lot of
It
work.
probably would have been a lot less work to do something that was maybe what people saw as bigger, but that wasn't what she wanted.
Yeah. And, if you peel back all the layers, it just goes to show that, the effort and the intentions was there.
Yeah,
The fact that he paid attention and made note that she loves Waffle House. How often, as much as she loves Waffle House, how often does she get to go to Waffle House? Having Waffle House delivered to you, opposed to sitting in the best, grimiest, tastiest food place there is.
Right.
I mean, there's a big difference.
That's
so, sharing one of our stories.
Yeah. Can I see that for a second? Just hand me that.
Yes.
Keep on.
The 1 year for my birthday when you surprised me with my class ring.
Oh yeah.
I talked about, on several occasions how I always wanted my class ring and couldn't afford to buy one for school. So one birthday year, this person over here surprised me for my birthday gift with my class ring, my high school class ring. So she got with my brother and, she got all this information together in order to get this ring put together. So that took time and effort, but, she paid attention and that meant a lot to me because I didn't get to go to my high school graduation because I couldn't afford a cap and gown. So I missed out on that. And then couldn't afford a class ring. So she made that up for me. And I wear that ring to this day. And it means a lot to me. But that it just says so much that she just paid attention. She didn't sit me down and say, okay, this, that, and the other. No, when she gave it to me, I was surprised. She had the swim team on there. She had my name on there. The color, everything was correct. So that meant a lot.
Oh,
so appreciate that.
That was so nice. Yeah, that actually was one of my kind of proud moments.
Yeah,
I feel like I really surprised you.
You did.
And it was something,
You did.
like you said, it was definitely something I thought you really wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to talk about it.
Yeah. And it's something people take for granted. It's like, oh, you're in high school, you get a class ring, you get your yearbook, you get your cap and gown. Well, for me, I couldn't do that. So for somebody to take the time and do that little thing for me, that meant a lot.
It definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's true. And Jazzy said, love gifting sentimental gifts to people. And Jazz is a great gift giver, by the way.
She is. What was that she sent you for your birthday?
Candles.
Candles. Yeah.
She said
and I love candles. I love candles. So thank you.
Notice.
So thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're welcome. I always say that like Court. You're welcome. So yes, thank you, Jazz. You are a good sentimental gift person, or listens. Definitely an example of you listen to what people like or what you think they like, or probably pay attention if you're at
Monique.
home, that kind of thing. Hey Monique, shout out, congrats on the new digs.
Yeah.
So, but I think you're right, and it's I like my example would probably be. For our anniversary, we have a book over there, and you had a book made, like one of those. I don't know, was that like a Shutterfly or a
Shutterfly?
So it was an actual book for our anniversary that had all of our pictures, different pictures, not all of our pictures, but different pictures, and that was lovely. I mean, that was one of those, like, because we didn't have one of those before. In today's world, you barely print pictures anymore.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
all about what's on your phone. But you had it made into a book, and we have it displayed actually on our table, and it says "Happy Anniversary." So that's one of my faves.
Yeah,
so,
one of my faves.
Talking about sentimental. So that is actually two great examples of effort and intentionality. Because you have to, and you got to be a planner.
You're right. Right.
So, Jazz, I don't know if you have any tips for planning. I know sometimes I get good ideas about gifts for
Mhm.
people, for you, for
Mhm.
friends, for family. And then, it's like I get the great idea literally a couple days before their birthday. And I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
sometimes great ideas take longer than that if you're talking about ordering something that, like Jazz was saying, is sentimental
Yeah.
or something like that,
Yeah.
But so even like with the ring, you have to do things and like think about it kind of in advance.
Yeah, because that took
Sometimes
you a
and
while.
plan. Oh, that
It
took a
took you a
while.
while to
That took
get that
months.
ring.
That took months because it was. I still had to go through. Gosh, what was it? Oh, and it was right on the tip of my tongue because they have a location that's in Indianapolis. Like
Herff
right.
Jones.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, how'd you know that?
Because they do all the class
Oh,
rings.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I still had to call
Mhm.
school. I still had to
Mhm.
call tech,
Mhm.
and I had to go through the process like they were ordering rings for the current year.
Oh.
So
Okay.
but still so she gave me a contact name and all that. You
Mhm.
can't just call Herff Jones, and at least I don't think. She had to kind of give me a contact, work it all through, and then with
Okay.
that they had to send me the link, just like I was probably ordering for the current year.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But great idea. So I'll take credit for that one. But like there have been other times I've thought of stuff and it just doesn't come early enough.
So what do we get out of this?
Okay.
What do we get out of this?
So that I get what I get out of it, and then I actually have some. I'm gonna at the very end give a little homework
Okay.
for everybody, including us. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
So what I get out of it is, first of all, for how it kind of came to your attention was someone wrote an article about it, and they were kind of saying, or a post or whatever, and they were saying, I mean, like, what? Russell Wilson, he can afford all kind of stuff. Why would he just get Waffle House?
Right. Right.
So I think first and foremost, it's they missed the point.
They missed the
Pastor
point.
says, you'll get that when you get home.
Yeah.
They that person and whoever feels that way missed the point because it has nothing to do with how big or grand it was.
Right. Right.
Waffle House, the Eiffel Tower, Ruth Chris, McDonald's, anywhere, wherever you picked, whether you rented it out, like you said, whether you got it to go, because that's their favorite meal. You're missing the point if you think it's about the type of place he rented out.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Right. I agree. I agree. Again, it shows that he paid attention, and that's what counts. That's where you get the brownie points at. So, to be honest, those that chimed in and gave those negative reviews to that, I just wonder, how do you treat how do you treat a person that pays attention to you, that listens for the little things, and then comes behind and, hey, I remember you said you liked strawberry shortcake, so I went and got you a strawberry shortcake. A strawberry shortcake? That's all you could do? Well, you talked about how much you liked it as a kid, and that type of thing. So I just wonder, how do they treat, things like that?
So if someone was missing the point and focused on why Russell Wilson would only do Waffle House, that's kind of like the impression the person had. Why only Waffle House for Sierra with all that money y'all have?
Yeah. But and that kind of goes into intentions.
Yeah, they missed the point.
Yeah.
Like you said. So for that person or those people, what do you think? You could be missing out, and maybe it's kind of a wake-up call.
Yeah.
You could be missing out on something that someone is doing for you, and they're being intentional, and then you're kind of caught up in the grandness of it all. You're caught up in the grandness, the material aspect of it.
Which could be bad. Somebody could be setting you up for the fall. They buy all the high end stuff, and then they're only expecting one thing. So what's the intentions there? Now, you may be looking further down the road, but unfortunately that road that you're looking down is a dark road. To have somebody buy you all the nice things, and then that's making you fall in love with that person. And then their intentions is just to do one thing and then get up and go, but somebody who keeps doing all the little things, putting in the effort, the greater the effort, the better the intentions.
Mhm.
I think so. They
Yeah.
kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I totally agree. Those were definitely great points today.
Thank you.
So I think feeling like are people paying attention to those small things
Hmm.
and or not sometimes they're not small, they're actually really big. And are you like we know a couple of people who aren't in the flowers. And
Right.
so
Right.
you could say, okay, well that's something romantic that people do. They buy flowers, right? But if the person receiving them is not in the flowers,
What?
you're doing what you think they like or what you like or what you think society likes.
Well, that
Right?
also speaks to your effort. It's just a very easy thing to do. So
Yeah.
that speaks to the level of effort. The effort is not very high
Yeah.
if you're just falling into the trend of it's Valentine's Day. So stop at the gas station, get the big stuffed animal, buy the dollar card.
Right.
Here you go. Happy. How much effort
Yeah.
is in that? So behind that, what's the intentions?
Yeah.
Well, the intentions is I just need to go find something. Here it is.
Right.
Boom. There you go.
Right. And
Not to knock the gas station stuffed animals.
okay.
There are some that may love those.
Right. And there's some that are cute, right? There's some you have to like stuffed animals and you have to pick out the cute ones.
So you pick out the
But
cute
but
ones.
good point that you have to kind of know your person
Yes.
and be intentional.
Be
Right?
intentional.
So intention and effort. And then I was reading a few things to get ready for this, and it was saying love your spouse, but we're talking about spouse, mate,
Mhm.
partner, friend, family.
Mhm.
Love them in their love language. So we've talked about love languages before. That was definitely something that knowing your love language, knowing what your partner's love language is actually when people say know
Correct.
your love language, like if you know your own, that's fine, but that's not really going to help. You're supposed to know your mate's love language.
Know your mates.
So that you're pouring into them how they like to be poured into and what
Yes.
really makes them happy. And so I was interested. It was interesting that they said on this with effort and intentionality in relationships, love your person in their love language. So
Mhm.
that was like we're saying,
Mhm.
stuffed
Mhm.
animals and card. Everybody has cards, hopefully. but love language. But knowing, is it cards? Is it flowers? Is it acts of service? Is it touch? All of
Right.
those kinds of things. So I
Right.
felt like that was good. And then it talked about being proactive and working on the relationship and effort and intentionality on like a daily or weekly basis.
Mm.
So, like I said, in a couple minutes, I'm gonna have some homework,
Yes.
some take-home homework for people to work on, including us.
Including us.
So effort, intentionality. Sierra and Russell and the Waffle House. All in all, I thought it was super
great.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, going by a couple of days ago when I saw it on Instagram, I could just tell her excitement.
Mhm.
So if it's something she loves, it could have been McDonald's. It could have been
Cheesecake Factory.
ooh,
Could have been the bowling
could
alley.
have
She
been
loves
right.
bowling.
So of course, Cheesecake Factory is a nod to how everyone right now is talking about the Cheesecake Factory, and
Yeah.
that was really an appropriate first date or any date. Or what that says is the person not willing to spend a certain amount of money, which is kind of ridiculous. But
Right.
but I thought it was lovely because you could tell like how much she was excited about it,
Mhm.
and I mean, she literally said, "This is one of the most epic things you've ever done."
Yeah.
And I mean, like she
And
was
she
like,
meant it.
all up on them. She was like,
Yeah.
"This is one of the most
Yeah.
okay." I took that for what it was.
Most
Russell
definitely.
Wilson. I mean, epic. I mean, epic things you think he's done because she said one of. I mean, of course, it's them.
Mhm.
Again, you were kind of saying in the very beginning. Remember, our normal and their normal.
Two different normals.
Just because they're celebrities, but we still take it down to our level.
Right. Right.
And the kind of like you're saying, the ring that was epic,
Mhm.
but it had nothing to do with the cost. It had to do with the idea, and I think that was the whole moral of the story.
That
Again, I think
is.
people missed it.
Yes.
That the planning it took and the surprise and to
Mhm.
pick a place that she talks about, and then you can't go often. You know what I mean? As
Yeah, you
from
can't go
their
often.
perspective,
Not on
they
their
can't just
level.
walk into a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Period. Right. So that was something really special. So all in all, I think that it just shows that people need to work on listening and picking up on cues
Yes.
of your partner, and then that's going to help. And at the end of the day, it's that feeling that they
It's
get,
the feeling.
right?
It's the feeling that you're chasing.
that you
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
It's
the
like
feeling that you're
when you
chasing.
whether you rented out the Waffle House, you ordered a ring, you ordered a picture book, whether
Yeah.
you bought flowers because your person does love flowers.
Yes.
You know that I love flowers.
Yes.
And
Hey, Carrie.
hey, Carrie. Hey, cousin. And so it, by doing all those things, hey, Marilyn, by doing all those things, it's like you're really telling the person, I love you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I care about you. And I think that's where being more intentional kind of helps the relationship, of course, but it also helps because it slows us down a bit to really pay attention to the small stuff.
Yeah.
It really is about the small stuff.
My father used to always say, make it harder for the next person. That's what he used to tell me. He's like, make it harder for the next person.
I like that.
If she kicks you to the curb, just make it harder for the next person, because she may come back and find you by the curb and pick you up and wipe you off and bring you on back. But I try to pay attention to the two little things. Like, if she cooks dinner, I make sure to wash dishes and clean up the kitchen before going to bed.
Yeah.
Getting up in the morning, just doing little things. If there's something I can knock off the list that she doesn't have to worry about, I like doing those things. So, for most people, you would think, oh, that's just everyday stuff. But
yeah,
but it just says a lot about your effort and your intentions.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, whether that's romantic relationship, work relationship, just friend relationships, I'm sure we've all had friends that didn't pour in as much as we poured in, or didn't pick up on the small things.
Yeah.
So your effort, whatever it may be, correlates with your intentions.
Yeah.
So I think we all need to be mindful of that.
I love it. Well, thank you, babe.
Okay.
That's a good one. Okay, so in my research, I found 5 ways to be more intentional. So I'd like to give everyone some homework, including us, right?
Including us.
And so we'll pick it up next week. And even if we just circle back on these, it might not be the whole episode, but just circle back to see, what's what. So 5 ways to be more intentional.
5 ways.
Okay. And so this is, yes, we're talking about it in relationships, but it could be also just being intentional on something else you want to change or something to improve on, right? So number 1, start small.
Start small.
Start by taking one thing, and that's especially where the homework comes in. So start small. Take one thing that you want to work on this week that you want to be intentional or give more effort to.
Okay. Makes sense.
So you want to give more effort to or be intentional one thing. So see, it could be relationship driven. So I am going to ask for us that it's relationship driven. For everyone out there, you could pick relationships, personal. We all definitely. I know I could pick like workout or health and wellness stuff.
Yeah.
Any of those, but it could be reading a scripture every day. It could be anything, right? So start small. Number 2, set reminders, because the article was saying that you set reminders to remind you to wake up. You do it for to pay bills, remind you it's someone's birthday.
TV shows,
right? We all have Facebook, and they tell us whose birthday it is and all that. But you need a reminder. So you also need a reminder to be intentional.
Correct.
Have certain effort to go into stuff. So you could be like, oh man, I know I would love to make him his favorite meal, but I forget sometimes. So I get so busy. Okay, well, put your reminder on. Hey, put your reminder on for, I think that's Maria. I can't tell. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
That is, we like to give shout outs to everybody who tunes in. So,
See it. Sorry, guys, can't see it. It's somebody though, because they gave us the wave.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. No, it's not doing it. Okay.
Okay. Love you anyway.
Yeah, whoever it is, we appreciate you. So set reminders. I thought that was a really good one.
That's a really good one.
Number 3, manage your impulsiveness.
Mm.
I did like that because, it might have been Carolyn because I see Carolyn.
I think that was
I
Carolyn.
see Carolyn's,
Yeah.
Picture over there.
Mhm.
Hey, Carolyn. So manage your impulsiveness. And what I liked about that one is, you could almost get so geeked up and excited about something that you're like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And it's like, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I think that's
Right.
where the whole, do you know what your person likes or loves?
Mm.
Because you could go off. What if instead of the ring, what if I went down a totally different path? Well, I want them to have a Louis Vuitton piece of luggage.
Yeah. That's what you want me to have. It's not what.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I thought the manage impulsiveness. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I really thought that was a good one to be on the top 5. Be positive. Sorry, not top 5, but be positive and use your words wisely.
Mm.
So
Most
be
definitely.
positive about giving more effort and intentionality to stuff. And then last but not least, touch more.
Touch more.
Touch. Okay. Touch more. So the 5 ways to be more intentional: start small, take
Okay.
one thing to focus on.
Okay.
Number 2, set reminders. Number 3, manage your impulsiveness.
Mhm.
Number 4, be positive and use your words wisely. And then number 5, touch more. So we can see some of those, probably, especially be positive and use your words wisely, and touch more might be more, while it could be relationship, like, romantic, it could definitely also just be family and things like that. So,
Yeah.
So definitely want to, each and everybody, if you come up with something, just one thing, start
Yeah.
small, and
Start
then we're going
small.
to check back up on it.
Love. What
that
is that
was-
to Jazzy?
That was just
Oh, okay.
one of hers from earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was great. Thanks for
Okay.
doing the homework there.
Yes, we're going to.
And,
literally, guys, go like this. I know. Keep going.
And
Keep talking.
I'm sorry. I got caught up with that too. But no, those are great tidbits and
No touching.
yeah, homework for everybody.
Yeah.
So next
Jazz is
week
not
we'll
gonna be
touch
touching
back.
people. That was the last comment.
Yeah,
That was
forgot
Jazz.
about that.
She doesn't like touching.
There are other things. So we're gonna work on that too. So
Yeah.
we'll keep you guys posted on where we are with that.
Yeah.
And great episode.
Great episode.
Great
Okay,
episode.
So thanks, guys, and we appreciate it. Effort and intentions, and let's be more intentional this week. And then we're gonna check back and see how everyone did or is doing or what you guys came up with.
And remember, pay attention. Pay attention.
Oh,
Listen and pay attention. And
Listen.
it goes a
Listen,
long
man.
way. And if someone is not listening and paying attention to you, that's something that you need to evaluate. That's what I think. Boom, drop the mic.
He kind of said that like, hello, by the way. Okay.
And on that note, we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Bye.